For weeks now, we have been asking one question. Will the United States attack Iran? Now, we don't have an answer. Thankfully, there have been no missile strikes or attacks. But this silence does not guarantee peace. The tension has not gone away. It has simply shifted shape. It is making the oil markets nervous. This week, the US issued a formal warning, a warning to its oil tankers. We're talking about US-flagged vessels, especially those moving through the Strait of Hormuz. The American advisory made 3 points. 1, stay as far away from Iranian waters as possible. 2, stick close to Oman's coast. And 3, if Iranian forces board your vessel, do not resist. AKA, be prepared for the worst case scenario. That is the US advisory. That is what it told its oil tankers. And the reaction was immediate. Oil prices went up, not because of an attack, but because of the fear of one. Now, the Strait of Hormuz may look small on a map, but it is a very important passageway. On one side sits Iran, on the other is Oman, and 20% of the world's oil passes through it. It is the world's most important oil choke point. Any disruption here in the Strait of Hormuz sends oil prices soaring. More importantly, it affects the whole world. And look at the backdrop of these developments. The US is building its military presence in West Asia. It has deployed an aircraft carrier strike group. That's the USS Abraham Lincoln. It's in the Arabian Sea. It is one of the biggest warships on the planet. Plus, US military jets are parked in the region, and nearly 40,000 US troops are present in West Asia. Basically, Washington is gearing up for conflict. Meanwhile, Iran has conducted naval drills in Hormuz. At the same time, both sides are also talking.
We likewise had very good talks on Iran. Iran looks like it wants to make a deal very badly. We have to see what that deal is. But I think Iran looks like they want to make a deal very badly, as they should. Last time they decided maybe not to do it, but I think they probably feel differently. We'll see what the deal is. It'll be different than last time.
So diplomacy is on in full swing. The US and Iran held indirect talks in Oman. As we speak, Iran's top security official is in Oman. A second round of talks has been confirmed, but no date has been announced, and that uncertainty alone is keeping the tensions alive.
The Muscat meeting, which was not a long session, was in fact a half-day meeting. From our perspective, it was aimed at assessing the seriousness of the other side and the potential course of the process. Accordingly, this meeting generally focused more on the broader picture.
The core issue in these talks is Iran's nuclear program. They are enriching uranium to 60% purity. Weapons-grade uranium begins at 90%. Iran is already at 60%. It insists that it is not building a bomb, but the West is not convinced. The US wants Iran to stop enriching uranium. So far, Tehran has rejected that demand, but recently they made a shift. Iran hinted that it could dilute its highly enriched uranium. Of course, it wants something in return. Iran wants the US to lift all sanctions. So there are a lot of loose ends. And amid all of this, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is heading to Washington. On top of his agenda are Iran's missiles. As you would know, Iran and Israel are arch enemies. And Israel's position has been clear. Any deal that ignores Iran's ballistic missile program is unacceptable. You see, the Israelis are worried. They fear that Trump may accommodate Iran, that he may give more concessions than Israel would like. So to prevent that, Netanyahu is flying to Washington to talk to Trump. And Tehran is not happy about it. It says Israel is actively sabotaging diplomacy.
Fundamentally, the root cause of turning Iran's nuclear issue, Iran's peaceful nuclear program, into an artificial crisis has been the Zionist regime, which for around 40 years has repeatedly claimed that Iran is pursuing a nuclear bomb and has sought to impose a kind of imaginary fear on the world over Iran's non-existent nuclear bomb.
So where does this go now? No attacks immediately. And we say that because of two reasons. Number one, deterrence is working. Both sides know that escalation would be devastating. And number two, regional players want calm. Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, none of them wants a war. So the US and Iran are stuck in a limbo. This is not war, but it's not peace either. As long as the US keeps its military deployed near Iran, as long as Iran keeps enriching uranium, and as long as Israel keeps pushing for tougher terms, the region will remain in a state of flux.